the bat. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's number 3. Holy cow. Look at that right there. Check out that fatty. Hey guys, what's up? We'll get to the fishing in just a minute. I just got to tell you, I'm so excited I got my orders in. So let's take a look at what we got here. First of all, I got a couple more packs of trout magnets. I can never have enough of these. So those came in. Then I picked up the Mr. Twister 2-inch double tail in black and chartreuse. I love using those. The other thing I picked up was this little Mr. Twister. It's like a little spinner, kind of like very similar to the Beetle Spin, the Johnson Beetle Spin. So I picked this up, and it's got a little tag on here, but it shows you how to rig that up. And it's the same, essentially the same. Let me see if I can get this. Come on. Not too bad. So you thread it, lock it in, and then it slips on, so whatever jig head you're going to use. So this is going to be something I'm definitely going to be testing out. I love the size of it too. And then I got my Get Bit baits. I got a 2.75-inch size tube. It's a 10-pack. Boy, they are salty. It says, Get Bit baits are formulated to be an economical, durable, and realistic plastic to mimic the prey of all fish species. So don't fall for the gimmicks. Get Bit baits and get bit more often. So I got some venom ones. Now I want to test these guys out. Then I got some of the 3.5-inch tubes, and I'll get those loaded up. I've got a little tackle tray I've been working with. Getting those situated, and I'll show you that in an upcoming video. And then of course, with the Mr. Twister order, you know, I get the calendar of information, or the catalog of information, and it's got all these curly tail grubs. I mean, all the usual stuff. I like these fat curly tail grubs. Sorry about that, guys. It's somebody's private jet. We're here at the worldwide headquarters of Casual Observations in town, so we may have to deal with a little bit of racket. Anyway, look at these 5-inch fat curly tail grubs. I love these. So, and the tubes, what I went ahead and did was started putting a trout magnet in a tube. I don't have any of their tubes, but it's definitely something that I can look at to order. And they got the little micro crawfish, the nymph, and a bunch of stuff. So anyway, I love looking through their magazines. If you ever order anything from them, you'll get a catalog like that. But you don't have to. You can just go to the website and sign up for it, and they'll send you one. And then, of course, the MEPS. Gotta love it. Hey, something new to MEPS are these bucktails. And I think I did a video on this before when I put an order in and I'd gotten them in. But let me get to this one little section here. Oh yeah, the thunderbugs. These things are phenomenal, and I encourage you to order some. I always get the plain. I don't get them dressed, but there may be a time where I do get them dressed. You can get the size 0, 00, 0, 1, and 2, and they're phenomenal. And of course over here, the XD dressed and the XD planes, which I use and had a lot of success with that this summer. And of course they've got all kinds of stuff in here. And there's something else I need to show you guys that's really cool about MEPS, and we'll take a look at that next. But that was it, guys. I just wanted to show you that I got my orders in. Let me show you the information about something cool about MEPS and something that you can do as well while using their products. And then we'll jump into the fishing and see what I caught out there. It's kind of a brutal day, but I had a pleasant surprise on a little experiment that I conducted. So we'll get to that in just a bit. All right, guys, I'll see you in a bit. Hey guys, what's up? Hey, I'm just checking out this website here, the MEPS website, and I want you to take a look at it. And they've got their usual stuff, but there's an area here, photo galleries, where you can submit your pictures of the things that you've caught. You can do it by location, fish type, lures, and of course, I did a couple of mine. And they've got all the states here. I'm not going to go through and click on all the states because it pulls up people's information, their pictures of the fish, and then their names and everything. So I'm just going to try to show you where these are, and you have different countries and even Canada. Now, of course, I was in Iowa, so that's where I submitted my pictures. And it was kind of cool that you're able to do this. And, you know, and I've been to some of these countries, other countries, like Portugal, Wales, England, and, well, the United Kingdom, and then Spain. I don't think Spain's on there. Anyway, so I had so much fun catching fish this summer, and I used different MEPS lures. They're probably my favorite company. And I used the Aglia streamer, and I caught a couple of nice smallmouth. So I submitted those pictures. You explain where you caught it. You tell your story in your own words, and they'll put it up here on their website. And that is really cool. I know there's some other companies that'll do that, but, you know, I'll always stick with MEPS. And I know that there's the app you can use, FishBrain, and I got a lot of friends that use that. I just don't like using that app. I already have too many apps anyway. But it's, you know, just something to think about here. If you ever use MEPS, come up here, post your info, tell your story, and they'll feature it. And then, of course, you know, you can link it and other people can come see it and all that kind of stuff. You can do it by, you know, types of fish. You can kind of see there, look at that largemouth, smallmouth, northern pike, you know, snook, steelhead, rock bass. I need to go back through there and take a look at the rock bass, see what's in there. I'm trying to think if I ever caught a rock bass on a MEPS before. The XD maybe? Anyway, then you can also do it by lures. There you can see the XD down there. The Aglia streamer is right here right there. And they got the Thunderbug and all that kind of stuff. So you can do it by lure, and that's pretty cool. But this is just a world-class website, guys, and they got tons of good stuff. They always have deals. You know, you go tour the facility there in Antigo, Wisconsin at Sheldon's. They'll give you a really cool tour. You can see the people putting the lures together. They go over the whole squirrel tail submission program. Hey, fall is here, and there's people going to be really active with squirrel hunting. Down here in Texas, it's kind of tough because it doesn't get cold until really, well, if you're in the Panhandle, we get snow sometimes in the Panhandle. But you want the squirrels to really thicken up for winter. So right now it's too hot. Around the Dallas area and parts like that, you really have to wait until midwinter to do it. But of course, here you have the page. You go through, you check all the products that you want to look at. And I love just going through looking at all the different lures. I mean, I'm a lure junkie. And I know there's the old saying that, hey, these lures are designed to catch fishermen. Or some lures are designed to catch fishermen more than they are fish. But that's not the case with MEPS because they do an extended amount of testing and they work. You know, these work. And of course, you've seen me in my videos catching them. Now, I'm not endorsed or anything by, sponsored. I mean, I'm not sponsored by MEPS or anything. But, you know, I do recommend their products. I do use them. And when you go through the tour there, they also have the Mr. Twister products. You know, they're attached at the hip there.
But one of the cool things is I love these grab bag specials that you can get. You choose the size that you want, and it's, basically 11 bucks. And you're going to be surprised at what you get in there. They usually do a great job at picking the stuff for you. So once in a while, I do some of those. When I did the walkthrough tour, I think I was there and I spent like 50 bucks. So I'll do it again sometime. I just really enjoyed being up there. But, it's kind of interesting how that all played out. But, it's just one of those things where, I mean, you guys know how it is being a fishing junkie, but uh, I love getting these grab bags. I got to be careful because I could really wind up buying too many of them, and just kind of going through. I've got tackle trays and trays of MEPS lures just sitting in there that I haven't used, and whenever I lose them, I go to the backup trays and I bring those up to my current tackle bag that you could see at the start of this video, the Cryptech. And, I've got just tons of cool stuff in there. But, anyway, so the Squirrel Tail program, they got a full video on there. They talk about, what you're looking for or what you need to do to send them in, how they should look, how to submit them, and, be careful with taking care of them. And they don't want, guys, think about it, they don't want a bunch of unusable tails. They want some good ones. They don't want something with mange on it. It's got all these bird mites that have chewed bare spots on them. They want nice premium squirrel tails. And I mean, think about it. If you're buying one of their lures, you want premium squirrel tail hair on those dress lures. You don't want some manged out kind of a thing. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Hey, until next time, I'll see you then. Good luck. Bye-bye. Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. Alright, guys. I'm up here in Oklahoma at a lake I love to come to. And we're just going to see what we can catch. Going to be throwing all my usual stuff. And hopefully it's going to be a great day. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. And as always, I appreciate everyone's support. And hopefully we'll catch something. Today I'm going to be starting off with a tube, a little 4-inch tube, and I'm going to fire it along the grass line here and see what we can come up with. Alright, let's get going. Nothing so far on the tube, guys. I've hit this whole weed line here, and now I've moved out into this little cove and nothing yet. And just like I always do with the tube, just drag it along the bottom. Sometimes I'll really whip it through to create a lot of attention. But nothing yet. Ooh! Man, there was a big one jumped over there. That's what I need, man. I need one of those over here. What was that? I got hung up on something. Oh, I thought I had a bite right there. There was some resistance. Come on. I also tossed it over to the little dock behind me, but nothing was there. I know there's fish in here because I see tons of bait fish, and I've seen people catch fish from here. There's largemouth, smallmouth. Some say there's walleye here, but I'm not convinced of that. White and black crappie. I may switch to the little Berkeley twitch tail on the micro setup. Fire that in there. And of course throw the Kalins.
Alright guys, I've been throwing the Kalins for a little bit. And man, usually this thing is the go-to and not even a sniff. It's really not that hot out here. It's like high 80s, maybe close to 90. It's a nice breeze. Man, this thing looks great in the water. There used to be a lot more lily pads in here. I don't know if these kayak... Ooh. What was that? Holy... No. I went over to that other dock, guys, where that splat, there's just big splashes right underneath it, right in the weeds there, and it was just a big carp. I was kind of bummed, but I cast this Kalins and it landed up on the dock, and it got hung up, so I had to walk over there and unhook it. Something's got to bite on this. It looks just too good. Something about that color too is just like a magnet. There's a guy here with his girlfriend, and they both had kayaks. In his kayak, he had up at the front a trolling motor, and then what he was doing is he was towing his girlfriend. She was just laying back there drinking some water, texting. He had all the fishing gear up around his kayak. Yeah, I guess it works. He said people have been catching quite a few fish in this side of the lake. Alright guys, so we're going to switch to one of these little Berkeley twitch tails, or like a little gulp minnow setup. Alright guys, I moved spots. Just throwing this little gulp minnow still. I didn't have one sniff over there by the docks. That's crazy. Crazy. Had one little pop here, but nothing significant. I found the dead cat, so it's covering the microphone, but I don't know how well it's going to be. The wind is whipping around pretty good. I drove all the way up here. This is like 2 hours north of where I live. I don't want to get skunked out here. I could see tons of little bayfish swimming around. So far, nothing in this little cove here. I have a couple little sniffs, but no fish yet. God, you figure the bass would just be stacked in here, feeding on all this dang forage that's in here. Oh, there's a little pop. I got one. All right, guys, I switched spots over to the other side here. Just kind of fishing along these rocks. Boy, the wind is really noticeable on this side. Should be just stacked with crappie in here. Jeez Louise, come on. This shouldn't be this complicated. Alright guys, look how cool this looks. That is just awesome. But that's one thing, once you get down here into the plains of Oklahoma and into Texas, you just get wind and wind and wind. But the trade-off is you just get beautiful stuff like this. You can hear the wind howling through the pipes here. Alright guys, just right off the dock here, I got one. Just right underneath the dock here. Oh, I want him to get hooked. Oh, come on, come on. The wind is messing this all up. Woo, check it out. It's a little smallmouth. Oh. Get him in the sun. Check that out, guys. It's a beautiful smallmouth. Let me make sure I'm recording. Alright guys, there we go. Nice little smallmouth in the wind. There we go. Let me show you what I did with this. So I took a trout magnet. I threaded it into a tube. I don't know if you can see that. And man, that worked great. That was good stuff. I didn't have the bobber on so I could fish off the bottom. And that worked out pretty well. Alright guys, we're gonna keep trying. Hopefully get a few more. Alright guys, I switched to the tube. I'm just kind of ripping it along the bottom here, bouncing it along. Man, I was happy I got that smallmouth. as I was saying, I don't even know what brand little mini tube that was, but I know the back end of it'll glow. And what I did was I just put a trout magnet in there just to see how it would go, and this is the first time I really tested it. I'm sure somebody out there has done it, and I was really impressed with how it worked. So for the first time really using it today, I'm impressed with the results. But there's, I don't know if you guys can see down here, but there's huge rocks, a lot of rocks all through here, and that's why the smallmouth do so well here in this lake. They don't get very big, not much over 12 inches. You may see some 14 here and there, 15, but not much bigger than that. There's a lot of crappie in here too. But man, I've done the Ned rig out here before, nothing but snags. So I'm hoping the tube I don't get snagged up. There's also largemouth bass in here. They say walleye, like I was saying before, but I've seen pictures of people saying they got walleye out of here, but you know, stuff like that, you're kind of skeptical. Ooh. Dang it, guys, I had a pop, and he didn't stick. He must inhale it and then spit it. Crying out loud. Yeah, straight down, right down here, there's some big rocks. I can see them just barely. It's got to be about 6-7 feet deep here, maybe even deeper than that. And I just dropped that little mini tube down there, and bam. The other thing that was impressive about that is those people that are way out there kayaking were dropping their kayaks over here, causing a ruckus right when I caught him. So I was like, dang, man, I got really lucky. I threw the Kalins for a little bit, nothing. I may try again. I could really bomb that thing out there pretty far, and I just bring it along the bottom, reel it in real slow. But not even the sunfish, panfish, when I was micro fishing with stuff, nothing was biting. So hopefully we'll get something on the tube. I mean, the tube is like smallmouth candy, for crying out loud. It's gotta work. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Man, it's been brutal out here. The wind is kind of out of the northeast a little bit, which is way different than it should be. Normally here, the wind comes out of straight out of the south or the southwest. So of course, I just came up here on a whim to come fish, and I didn't pay attention to the wind direction. I just saw that it was going to be nice. It rained this morning finally in the Dallas area and up here, and I was like, oh man, we're good to go. But I guess a little disturbance came in, and that's why the wind changed. But that was, you know, just one of those days where not much is going, and you know, a lot of it's the heat. It was feeling good earlier, like high 80s, low 90s. Now it's definitely feeling like mid 90s, but not much humidity. You know, that's the thing. Anyway, so that's pretty much going to be it for today, guys. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. And hey, until next time, I'll see you then. Tight lines, I hope you guys are catching good stuff. And let me know in the comments below if you guys have been catching anything on any tubes or the Kalins, or how the micro fishing is going. All right, guys, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.